everyone. So today's video is going to be one of my favorite stories to share with you guys, and that is how me and my husband met. It's definitely an interesting story, and it's not your usual one, but it's our love story and it's kind of special to me and him. So yeah, let's get started. So I've known my husband for almost 10 years now. I knew about his existence when I was 17, and I only say that because I met him on a dating website. So if you've ever heard of the website Plenty of Fish, it's a pretty popular online dating website and it's free. I believe it's still free, I don't know. But my friend had introduced me to the site and told me it was like just like Facebook, and that I needed to meet more guys, and I kind of touched base on this too in my bad online dating stories, which I will link down below. So one of the guys that I started talking to was him, and I let him know, I was like, you know, you seem really nice, but I'm not interested in dating at all, because afterwards I found out it was like a dating website. Like, I felt bad, but you know, we can hang out, but my friends have to be there kind of thing. Like, I'm not gonna meet you by myself. And he was like really okay with it. Like, he was like, yeah, no problem, like I understand, I get it, blah blah blah. And then it just never happened. I ended up chickening out, and not that we had made plans, but like I just chickened out at the fact of like I'd be possibly meeting somebody off the internet. I didn't know too much about him. I knew that he was a year older than me, and I knew some things based off his like profile, but like I didn't know him, right? So some years went by. I kind of like, I mean, I kept on POF. I'd like talk to guys, but I never like actually go out with him. As soon as they like asked to hang out, I kind of like ignored him, and yeah, I was kind of immature about the whole thing. But then once college hit, I finally took it a little more seriously, and I was a little more confident about meeting these people. I was a little bit older. I had my own, well, I shouldn't say I had my own car, but I was driving, and I kind of knew what I wanted in a person. So I started seeing some people, or seeing this one guy, and this whole time I had been talking to Richard, which is my husband's name, by the way. I don't know if I like said anything about it. And I thought he was nice. I thought he was like okay looks wise, but overall I just really enjoyed talking to him. It was kind of nice having that guy friend. And I don't have it, I wish I did, but I had a message where I was talking to this one guy on POF, and I was like, yeah, like this guy named Richard, like he likes me, but I don't like him, like I just want to be friends, but I think he wants to be more than friends, blah blah blah, making myself feel good. So yeah, like I said, like I didn't have any interest in dating him, but we talked all the time. Back then MSN Messenger was a thing, so we would do that. We would text, and yeah, I just over the years, like we would talk here and there, and he was the one guy off of POF that was consistent. Also, if I say POF, I mean Plenty of Fish, but throughout the video you're probably gonna hear me say POF. So that was something. And then in 2011, January 2011, that's what it was, I was going to a pub that night at my college. We were actually hosting it, our club was hosting it, and I was waiting for a friend who was talking to a professor, and I looked up, and isn't it Richard walking to his class? He was going to night school, and we had stayed afterwards. I was in day school, if that makes any sense, at the college. So we would have never crossed paths, but just like I said, that night we were hosting a pub. And so instead of going home, because I didn't live close to the college, like I lived a half an hour away, same with my friend, we just stayed after school, and he came up to me and was like, actually, like, it's me, Richard. And I was like, nope. Like, I totally acted like I didn't know who he was, because I was like, oh my gosh, it's this guy I was talking to on the internet, like this is crazy. And I was hoping he would just walk away and forget it and the rest would be history, but no, he was like, no, like it's me, Richard. And I didn't know how long I could like play dumb for, because I literally hadn't talked to him. It hadn't been that long. So I was like, oh yeah. So we talked for a little bit, and he had told me he was actually going to that pub just to like meet new people and things like that after he was done class. So, and that was like the first pub he'd ever gone to, and it just happened to be the same one that I was hosting. So our club ended up like, not backfiring, but like nobody ended up showing up. There was only like a couple of us to run the whole thing. So I was like, I wasn't in a good mood because like all these people bailed on us. I was also tired. I'm not one to stay up late at all. And so I was kind of rude to him, like not really rude, but like he was like, do you want me to go get you a coffee? Like he was being really sweet, a tea, you know, hot chocolate. I'm like, no, like I'm okay, like blah, blah, blah. And then we talked for a little bit there, but not like a whole lot. And like I said, well, I haven't said this yet, but at the time I was seeing somebody else on POS, so I wasn't really interested in him, and kind of like I wanted to make sure I was making that very clear that like I had no interest in dating him. So then we hadn't talked for a while, and then in June I went out with for a friend's birthday who actually happened to be a photographer, and she actually photographed our wedding. So yeah, I was hanging out with her, and it was her and her boyfriend and her friend who I had also known too. We'd all went to high school with, and her boyfriend's guy friend. So the guy friend ended up hanging out with her girlfriend, so I was kind of like the fifth wheel, and it was kind of getting boring. Like we danced, like mostly it was those two, like those four on the dance floor. And so that's when Richard had texted me, and we started texting and like kind of like rekindling, or not rekindling, but like re-talking again. And we were actually gonna hang out and go see the fireworks together with his friend and my friend, but then his friend backed out, and then I thought it'd be weird if it was just like me, my girlfriend, and him. And then we were gonna go to the Fun Fest together, which was a couple weeks after that. But then my mom told me that I had to drive my sister home, and me and my sister did not get along, so I didn't want to have to drive her home because I felt like she wasn't going to be there when she was supposed to. It would just be drama, and she wouldn't be, you know. And so then my mom told me I couldn't go. Richard had even offered to pick me up. At this time, we had both figured out that we lived on the same road, which I thought was crazy. We lived about 15 minutes away from each other on the same road, grew up on the same road, just the town, there was a town in between us, which is where we live today. So, yeah, but I was like, no, like I just was not in a good mood. And back then, when I wasn't in a good mood, I just wanted to pout and like sulk and, you know, whatever. So we ended up talking online, and then I ended up starting to see this other guy, and then that didn't work out. And that's when I thought, you know what, I should give this Richard guy a chance. When I actually ran into him at the college, I was like, he's actually not that bad looking. I remember like his profile pictures, I was like, he's okay, but I was like, he's really cute. So I was like, you know what, why don't I give this Richard guy a chance? So I asked him if he wanted to come to my birthday party downtown that night, or the Friday night, but he, because he was also seeing somebody as well, so I wanted to make sure that that had ended, and before, you know, I asked him out, but it had, nothing was going anywhere out of it. So I asked him if he wanted to my birthday, but he had plans with friends. So the next day I said, well, if you want, you can come over to my house. We're having a bonfire. And at this point I was like, really, like I really wanted to make the initiative to hang out with him and things like that. But then it rained, and I thought it'd be weird if he was in my house with my friends at my parents' house. So that didn't happen. But then the Sunday, August 21st, we ended up hanging out after I was done hanging out with my friends, and we went rollerblading because we both enjoyed rollerblading, and then we went goofy golfing, and it was just really nice. I did not feel nervous or sick at all, which is what was happening on previous dates with other guys, but I actually felt like really comfortable, and it just felt like, I don't know, it felt right. So we hung out from the 21st to the 28th every single day. So this is 2011. Or not every single day, but 6 out of the 8 days we hung out with each other. And it wasn't planned, it just kind of happened. And by August 28th, I really wanted to let him know that I wanted to be more than just friends. I really liked where this was going. Even though it was just 1 week of hanging out, I just was like, it just felt right, and I wanted to kind of make it official. And he wanted to tell me as well, because I was starting college in a few weeks, and he didn't want like me to get taken, so he really wanted to ask me out before that happened. And yeah, so I was gonna tell him, but then I chickened out, and then he ended up asking me, so it worked out. Yeah, so that happened on August 28th, 2011. And then in November of 2012, we ended up moving out together. He bought a house, and I moved in with him. And we got a cat named Sunshine, which you can see in the background of some of my videos. She's actually here right now. And then in April of 2015, he asked me to marry him. In August of 2016, we got married on our, well, I shouldn't say on our 5-year anniversary because our anniversary was the 28th, but the Saturday was the 27th, so that's our new wedding anniversary. And now in May of 2018, which is when you will see this video, we will be expecting our first child together, and it's going to be a little girl. And yeah, that's our love story. That's what all started, how we met, and yeah, I will definitely insert some pictures during this story time, but that's the story of how we met. I'm thinking on my vlog channel eventually I want to do one with him and kind of do like a Q&A, so if I do one, I will let you guys know, but kind of like his side of the story as well, because he's not here, he's actually on night shift right now. But yeah, that is everything for this video, and I will see you guys next time.